Welcome back to Test to Scale Workshop. My name is Brett Green. Today we're going to take a look at how to add some surface detail to an old model. Now it doesn't necessarily have to be an old model. I just happen to have used the old Matchbox 32nd scale Messerschmitt BF109E. Over the course of the weekend I've been adding thousands of tiny rivets to the fuselage of the Matchbox 109E. It looks a little exaggerated at this stage because I've just recently sanded and polished it after I finished the rivet lines, and the light colour that you can see on the surface of the fuselage highlighting the rivets and the panel lines is actually the dust from that sanding. I'll wash that off before I paint the model. Now there are lots of different ways that you can add rivet line detail to a model. You can use something as simple as a pin chucked in a pin vise. You could use a ponce wheel, which is actually a sewing aid, which speeds up the process, but the problem with that is that the ends of the ponce wheel tend to be a bit square, they're not actually round. Or you can use a specific modelling tool that's been designed for adding rivets to models. MDC of the United Kingdom actually produced such a tool, and that's what I'll be using for riveting my 109. The other thing that's really important to help you rivet any model is an accurate guide to where the rivets are supposed to go. In this case, I'm using a Japanese production that has plans in the back of the book that quite clearly show where the rivet lines actually go. Well, let's get started. MDC's rivet making tool looks basically like this. It's a steel punch. Although it looks like a point at the end, in fact, at the very tip of this punch is a circle. So it actually creates tiny circles on the surface of the model. This is a removable piece which actually goes into a wooden handle, and that makes it, whoops daisy, easier to hold. He said as he dropped it on the table. It's certainly easier to press in fairly positively to the plastic surface. In addition to the punch itself, there are a series of guides. There's the basic guide here, which is a small piece of photo etched metal with a series of grooves in the ends and also along the edge. The idea of this is that we place it on the surface of the plastic and run the rivet making tool from ridge to ridge in order to accurately get the space between each rivet on the surface of the model. That's particularly important, seeing as there are thousands, literally, of rivets that you'll be putting on the model. The other guide that you get in the set is some circle and also some oval templates. These are particularly useful for Luftwaffe aircraft which have a lot of circular and these oval-shaped hatches on them, so that we can actually put rivet lines around those structural details as well. To start, what we're going to do is take some sticky tape. We're going to stick that to the rivet guide, and we're going to basically just use that to hold the guide in place on the top surface of the wing in this case. What we do now is we place the plastic part on the table, and in addition to having the guide stuck to the surface of the model, I also like to actually press it down with my finger, and firmly, but not too hard because you can actually damage the plastic, even crack it. We go to the first row, guide in the row, press down, then slide it across to the next groove, press down, slide it across to the next groove, press down, slide it across to the next groove, press down, slide it across to the next groove, press down. We're not talking about rocket science here. It is a little tedious. Probably handy to have some music that you like, or maybe have someone that you can have a conversation with while you're doing this, because it doesn't occupy a huge amount of attention once you've actually lined it up properly. And we continue to do this until we've finished the line of rivets. You notice that I'm actually bringing this up to the vertical as I press it. That's to make sure that we get a nice even circle. I bring it across at an angle just to avoid marking the plastic as I'm moving it from groove to groove. That's the basic technique. In common with a lot of modelling techniques, this is not particularly difficult. It's just a matter of having the right tools for the job and having the right attitude to actually finish it. It will take you a while. It will take several hours to do a fuselage or a wing half, but it's worthwhile. It really will add a new dimension of detail to models, whether they're brand new kits or whether they're 1970s vintage, such as the 109E that I'm working on at the moment. Next month in Test to Scale Workshop, we'll be taking a look at our 109E again and scribing some detail in place. Look forward to seeing you then. Bye for now.